Hi everyone, welcome to Zynerd's NEET PG 2025 registration demo. We got the notification of NEET PG 2025 yesterday, April 16th, and today from 3 p.m., April 17th from 3 p.m., the registration has started. Between last year and this year, the brochure obviously has accommodated for a two shift based examination. Unfortunately, even after a lot of representation from candidates, even after going through the entire confusion last year, delay last year, cases last year, etc., the NEET PG 2025 registration was started. So the NEET PG 2025 is going to happen as a two shift process in spite of multiple people, coaching centers, seniors, faculty, last year's experience. This is what is going to happen. We're not sure why this is the case. They could have as well done it to be a single shift examination, delaying it by 1 month, resulting in trust among the candidates at least, but for some strange reason they have gone ahead. The only major difference is that between last year and this year is that the normalization process has changed. Last year it was a simple process of one shift, percentile calculation in one shift, percentile calculation in another shift, and matching the percentiles against each other. This year there will be a normalized raw score. You would have taken a raw score, then it will be converted to a normalized raw score, and that score will be taken as your final score. So there will be one final score for everyone after normalization, and that normalized marks will be what will be used for actual final merit ranking, and this is based on the average marks of the top 1.1% candidates considering all sessions, and also the mean and the standard deviation of the candidates in those sessions. We'll get into detail of this after the exam is over. Right now, June 15th the exam is happening. So assume that June 15th the exam is happening. Assume that the next 2 months, even if you get one question extra, that is going to be a major change, and put out the normalization part at least for now and prepare for the examinations. Everything else can be taken care of later. We'll look into the demo part quickly. The demo, so first you get into this nbe.edu.in website, not to NATBoard. Go into nbe.edu.in and you click on NEET PG. This will take you to the portal. The portal will be having the application link and the information bulletin. Always read through the information bulletin and then click on the application link. Once you click on the application link, it will take you to the application link. This is where everything starts, and you will start your entire process over here. Like mentioned, always read the information bulletin. If you're a first time user, read the information bulletin, but ensure that you register at the earliest, because test cities, there are around 179 cities against 185 cities last year. Not a major change, only a few cities have been reduced, but test cities get closed on a first come first serve basis, which means you will have to be, in case you want to choose a particular test city and we confirm that you will get your slot in that particular test city, then you will have to go ahead quickly and register. Last year in the first day, Bangalore, Mysore and some of the state capitals, around 15 to 16 centers got over by the first day. In the second day, almost all of the state capitals were over, or the major cities in states were over, and by the sixth day almost 50% of the test centers were over, test cities were over. Within that way, which is your center, that you will get at a later point in time. After that, you might have to choose a different city, or you will have to wait selecting others. We'll take you through that. So it is critical that you do it on the first day itself. We'll quickly have a look at the timeline and start the registration process. The important dates, the registration starts today afternoon 3 p.m. 17th April till 7th May till 11:55 p.m. Don't wait till the last minute. Even if you wait till the last minute or after the 10th day, you will possibly have only 50% of the test city centers, so you will have that issue too. Second, edit window. There will be an edit window, but you will not be able to edit name, nationality, city, mobile number and email ID. So don't make a mistake in these fields. The rest of the fields can be edited. Gender too, don't make a mistake, because they did not mention it here, but it was not editable. So don't make a mistake in these fields. Rest of it, let us say there's some candidates who have come up with issues saying, I did not add another voter ID, PAN, etc. and all. I had uploaded a blank appendix, etc. We'll come to that. So if you had done that alone, then you might be able to edit during the first edit window. So there will be an edit window from 9th May to 13th May. You might be able to edit any information and documents, but provided you have paid the fee already and submitted your application form. Don't wait for later. Pre-final selective edit window and a final selective edit window, two different timelines of around 4 days or 2 days each. Those will be provided for image editing alone, so be aware of that. Your final application form should be before 7th May, and before 13th May, 9th to 13th May, you can edit your information. So in case you have made a mistake in category, in date of birth, certificates upload, etc., that can be edited during this window. And you will get your admit card on 11th of June. You will have your test demo during this period after 5th June or something. I think you can just check on that part on at the end of May, I think. Just check on that part when you have the test demo in the portal, and then you can also try that out. The cutoff date is 31st July. If you have completed your CRRI internship by the 31st of July 2025, if you are completing it by that timeline, then you are eligible for NEET PG 2025. The link is available here. We will also put it up in the YouTube description. You can actually go through the NBE link like we mentioned, or you can go through this direct link too if NBE link is not working. Now, allocation of exam shifts. This is how the exam shifts are going to be. The first session will start at 9 a.m. and end at 12:30 p.m. 3.5 hour examination, and then second session, afternoon session, will start at 3:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. You will not have a call on deciding on which session you want to take. You will just select the test city, and the center and the exam session will be decided by NBE, and you might have to be there before half an hour at least. So basically you might as well go there at least 1 hour prior, or if you are in a different location or it is a far location, stay there the previous day and be there, be available there. Summary of steps. So this is the process. You first create a login ID, kind of creating a registration with basic details: candidate name, email ID, mobile number, and some basic personal details, etc. So after creating that, you will not be able to edit your name, mobile number, email ID, and even gender. That was not editable last year. We'll have a look at it this year. And once you create that and finalize, get your OTPs, confirm that, you will get an user ID. And user ID is something that starts with PG, that refers to the postgraduate candidature application ID that you will get, and that along with the password will be sent to your email and email and SMS. Post that, you can go ahead and register, giving all your details: qualification, your personal details, qualification, date of birth, MBBS details, registration details, and upload all the required documents, and finally make the payment. Finally, at the end, you will select the test city and make the payment, and take a printout of the filled in application form. The filled in application form will have the transaction ID printed, and the payment status will clearly say yes if it success. If it does not say that, then then you will have to wait for repay or wait for confirmation. These are non-editable fields, so be very clear about it. We will just quickly run through the details and documents report. Have any of one of these documents, or if you have more than one, voter ID, PAN, driving license ready with you. Percentage of marks, you need to get it ready with you, and percentage of 4 years marks. If you have your mark sheets, have that ready, and during the application form filling, we'll tell you what to do. There's some confusion over here, etc. Everything we'll take you through. And recent passport size photo, signature and thumb impression. The image upload guidelines have been clearly provided. The size, everything is provided. We will also take you through at the end that you will need to get it ready. And the medical council registration certificate. This PDF upload was required last year, even though it was not mentioned in the prospectus. We think it will be required. We will also take you through that. OBC, IDWS certificates are not required at this stage. We will also confirm towards the end of the session, last 15 minutes, on what is required. Now, be very clear, first come first serve basis. So it is critical. You can use a credit card, debit card, UPI, or net banking through a payment gateway. I'm not sure. We'll also let you know. I mean, if net banking is not available, always credit card, debit card, UPI is available. Now we will quickly run through the entire registration process here. First, start on register. Once you complete your initial registration process, get your PG application ID and the password, you can log in at any point in time, coming back to the same link. This is the link for this year. It does not change. So you can use the same link. Right now we have to register. Before registering, it says that you have to go through the information bulletin. Please go through if you have time, or if you think that it is critical, you need to complete and you go with any registration process without that, you can go ahead, but we always suggest that you do that. Do not apply through a mobile device. We sincerely suggest not to apply for something as critical as this. There are mistakes that will be made. There will be issues when you go through a mobile device. We suggest not to. If you ask us a query like, has anybody completed it through a mobile device, we will be forced to answer yes, but Has anybody gotten into issues because of that? That too we will say yes. Use a tab at least, or use a laptop, or at least a tab, that is fine. Once you get in, we clicked on register, it will say yes, I am an applicant, no, I am not the applicant. Then you can click on submit, it will say only the applicant is supposed to fill in. Don't give it to agents, don't give any information to agents. It is a very simple application form. The issues have been sorted out, so go ahead and say yes, and you fill the application form for you. So this is the application page. You will see when you start, you will start with the registration. The registration involves mentioning your name, your date of birth, your gender, nationality, mobile number and email ID. These are the details that you will give in your registration. You will not be able to change your name. Be very clear about your name. It is your name, not your father's name, etc. Be very clear about this. You will not be able to change your name, and then you will not be able to change your gender actually in this application now, and then nationality, mobile number and email ID. So these you will not be able to change. Even the test center city, later after you finally submit, you will not be able to change. So be very clear about these before you go ahead. The mobile number and email ID will have to be with you for at least the next 1 year. Usually it takes at least 6 months to 1 year to get the for the counseling to get completed. So after the exams, right from now till the final, possibly you will have to keep the email ID and mobile number recharged with you, and the password available with you throughout. So first start with your name, as name should be as in the MBBS certificate. Even if there is a minor difference between the MBBS certificate and the other IDs, there will be 4 IDs which are asked: voter ID, passport, PAN or license. Any one of these IDs has a minor difference. Let us say your name is Rohit Mandal Sharma. You have modified in one of the IDs, it is Rohit M Sharma, Sharma M Rohit, M Rohit Sharma. Anything is fine, that is not a problem. Even if there is an expansion, there is a dot there, not a problem. Enter it without dots is what we would suggest. Don't put doctor, Mr, etc. Confirm the candidate's name. Enter your date of birth next. When you select the date of birth, ensure that you use the date of birth picker to select the date of birth, so that the date of birth is right. There is no confusion of 0203 versus 0302. As per the records, let it be as per the records in your MBBS certificate or in your 10th 12th certificate, whatever is there. Gender is select the gender. There is some candidates who miss out on the gender, not sure why. Cannot be changed in the till the edit window. You will not be able to change it when you log in again. Even though the information bulletin doesn't say this, you will not be able to change that. Nationality, there are 4 nationality options: Indian, NRI, OCA and non-OCA foreign citizens. So basically, if you are an Indian citizen, Indian citizen is you are not a foreign citizen. Fundamentally, you are an Indian citizen and you are not an NRI. So then you will select Indian. This does not mean I am going to apply for NRI seats. This doesn't have anything to do with seats or admission. It is your status today. Who is you? The candidate who is going to apply for the exam, that candidate is an Indian citizen. Therefore, I am selecting Indian. If the candidate has been abroad for 182 days or more, or as per IT Act or other acts, they fall under NRI category. They will know. Then they will select NRI. Who? The candidate is NRI. I am going to apply for NRI state seats in the future. My father is an NRI, mother is an NRI. I am not an NRI. I am in India. My uncle is an NRI. They should select Indian only. This is your nationality and not what seat you are going to select. So select Indian or NRI accordingly. This is a mistake that many candidates do, selecting an NRI because I want NRI seats. No, select yours. At the time of counseling, you can choose NRI seats. Other provisions and eligibility and documents will be required at that point in time. Overseas citizen of India, if you are a foreign citizen, first of all, not an Indian citizen, you are a foreign passport holder who has a overseas citizen of India card. Some Indian origin candidate, some who were born abroad might have chosen to take up foreign citizenship and leave the Indian citizenship. So in those cases, they are provided an OCA citizen of India card. If you have an OCA card, even though you are a foreign citizen, you can select this option. There might be some benefits available for you in terms of seats availability. Non-OCA foreign citizen, I am a Nepalese citizen, I am a citizen of another country, but I don't have an OCA card. Even though I am of Indian origin, I am a citizen of UK, I did not take an OCA card, you will have to select non-OCA foreign citizen. If you select overseas citizen of India, then country of nationality, and for foreign citizens too, country of nationality has to be selected. Now candidate's name, you can all these you can confirm once and then get into entering your mobile number. Alternate mobile number is not mandatory. Email ID, please confirm your email ID. Both these are very critical. Once you do this, you will generate an OTP. Click on generate OTP and you will get this this CAPTCHA. Complete the CAPTCHA. you will get an OTP on your mobile number and email ID. We would suggest you to start with the mobile number OTP and then click on validate. Some candidates who have started with the email ID OTP have got a strange issue with respect to validation. Once you click on validate, it shows up an issue saying this OTP is not valid or something for this session kind of error. If you get that error, log out and log in, do it from a different device. This first part alone, do it from a different device, that is fine. It will work out, definitely it will work out. Enter your mobile number OTP. The mobile number OTP will come in through an SMS with the tag VM-NB, and then VM-NB exam. Enter your mobile number OTP and click on validate. You will get this OTP of mobile number validated successfully, and this part will not be shown again because mobile number is already done. Ignore this C. nbms@mail.dgalm.com is the email ID from which you will receive an email. If it goes to spam, you can check with this or go to spam. Get the email OTP and then click on validate. You will get usually a mail like this, OTP for validation, which will say new OTP for validation. The email ID is nbms@mail.dgalm.com without a C. The C is by typo, ignore that. And then you can go ahead and open the mail. You will have the OTP over here. You will usually get the OTP and OTPs within 2 to 3 minutes, so just wait for that. And once you validate, in case it pops up this error, this was the error that we were talking about. In case this pops up this error, then actually either you can resend it or you can do it again by logging in. Last time what we did was we clicked on validate, enter the details and clicked on validate again, immediately it worked. So it should work. And then the final part is the declaration part. You are doing the first step of registration, just entering the mobile number, email ID and the basic details. I agree over here, and then you have to re-verify. Re-verify is just once you click on re-verify, below this page you will see a complete list of candidates' name, all the information that has been asked. You can select the check boxes to verify. You will just select the check boxes and then this re-verify will change to submit. You can also click on preview if you want. You will get a preview and you can check all the details. Check twice, thrice, because after doing this, if you make a mistake in your candidate's name, once particular text is missing, etc. If you do that, the problem is you might be able to re-register. You might have to re-register. You have to give a different email ID and mobile number. So be very clear about it. And once you verify everything, check and say okay. Now once you say okay, you will get your application ID here. The application ID is a 10-digit ID starting with PG. PG for post graduation. PG and then followed by 8 numbers. So you will get that application ID. That is first sufficient. Note it down somewhere, email it to you itself or save it somewhere else, send an SMS on WhatsApp to yourself or some way or the other, save this application ID. At the same time, an email would be sent to you through along with the user ID and password on SMS. Now you are logged in. The time you click OK, you are already logged in. You will not be asked a password. So when you log out, you will be asked a password. Now you can directly go to the next step of the application. So once you do this, the email ID and password, for us it took 20 minutes for us to receive the email ID and password over email. It took around 5 to 10 minutes on SMS. Some did not get the SMS. Don't worry about all that. You can always go to the application now without even logging in again. If you log out only, you will need the password. In case you have an issue with the password, you can always go back. Go back where? Go back to this particular page. Instead of register, you click on login and then use the forgot password to get the password. And then if you have not received, you can also go ahead that way. Yes, against that, we would suggest go to the application straight away and it will take you to the instructions page where you can click on close and then go ahead and you will have this page. Now you have to complete all these details: personal details, identification, communication, qualification, test city and document and payment, and then a final declaration. So you can look at all the details. Images need to be there. You will have your photograph, one scan photograph, one signature, thumb impression and a medical council registration PDF to be uploaded. All these need to be ready. We already mentioned that. Application ID, nationality, note that these cannot be changed. Now you have completed your registration, OTP, everything is done. Application ID, candidate's name, nationality and mobile number, email ID cannot be changed. After you pick up your test city cannot be changed. All other details can be changed during the edit window. When is the edit window? May 9th to 13th. So I have mentioned there was an issue earlier saying appendix 1, appendix 2 was added. I've made a mistake and added appendix 1, appendix 2 for PWD. I did a blank PDF upload. I made a mistake in the marks aggregate. I made a mistake in the internship completion date. Everything can be changed. I made a mistake in selecting a category, my general, OBC, etc. Everything can be changed. So don't need to worry about that part. The gender alone, here you cannot edit. You will be able to edit it later too in case you made a mistake. Let us say you made a mistake in your candidate's name. There are three, there is a big difference. You made mention somebody else's name as in your father's name instead of your name, or because you are checking something but finally went ahead and registered. If that is the case, your candidate's name is wrong, these non-editable fields are wrong, your nationality, etc., we would suggest you to apply again. How can you apply again? You need another mobile number, email ID that you will carry for 1 year and you can apply again. No issues. The prospectus from last year mentions that if you apply again and complete your application, the last application will be taken. Whichever is submitted will be taken. You can do that. You are at this stage where you have to recheck and go ahead. Now you can enter your father's name or mother's name. Mother's name, please don't enter dots, etc. It is not possible to enter dots, which is good, but please don't enter that. But also remember your mother's name, because when you go into All India counseling, the check will be enter your name, enter your application ID, roll number, etc., your final hall ticket roll number, date of birth, and your mother's name. That will be required at the time of counseling, All India counseling alone, not for other counseling. So remember your mother's name, or take a printout of this application form, note it down somewhere, screenshot this, and then go ahead. Father's name and mother's name, it need not necessarily be exactly like in your mother's ID card. Don't need to go running, etc. and all. One ID card somewhere you can figure out and then check your mother's name. Does not matter if nobody is going to check these details at a later point in time for validation of your candidature. This is just for a reference at a later point in time, not to be checked or anything. Your eligibility is not dependent on that ID card. So parents' ID cards. Religion, select any one of these religions. If you belong to the Muslim minority community, or if you belong to Jain minority community, then there are Muslim minority and Jain minority seats in All India counseling. So select, this is under deemed universities alone. Select this. This is not going to be used for state counseling, so don't need to worry about it. Next part is the category. Category is very critical. First thing to understand when it comes to category is that this, whatever you are selecting, general will give you general and general EWS options. OBC, SC, ST is only for All India counseling. You are writing an exam. We don't know why they are asking this now. Possibly has to do with declaration of results. But this data will be used only for All India counseling. I belong to BC category, MBC category. My state has BC, MBC, or OBCA, OBCB. My state has VJ, NT, etc., SCBC, etc. In this scenario, you will enter that in your state counseling application form later. This is not even going to be used in that case. Possibly there is one state or so which might take it, but usually those states follow a central reservation. This is only for central reservation, which is only for counseling for All India quota 50% seats or DNB seats. So if you belong to a particular category in your state, I belong to MBC category, does not mean it is OBC here. This is a completely different central reservation criteria. Similarly, you belong to EWS in your state. Some states have a different EWS criteria for state and central. This is central reservation. You have to apply basis central reservation. But don't stop here. Please look, we'll just explain it to you in the next 2-3 minutes on what exactly you need to look at. Here, if you choose general, you will have an option of EWS, yes or no. EWS criteria for central is clearly listed down. These many square feet of, this also includes, this is an income and asset criteria. Not only your income, but also your assets, whether you hold a flat, agricultural land, what other land within the municipality, out in, etc. Those criteria you will have to fall under. This is central criteria. If you belong to that criteria, select yes. If you don't belong to the criteria, then select no over here. Once you select, it will give you a pop-up on confirmation and then go ahead. If you belong to OBC, who is OBC? Anybody who is in the National Commission for Backward Classes central list of OBCs. We have given the link in the description. Go to NCBC website, select your state. Directly click on the link provided in the description on YouTube. Select on your state and you will have all the caste listed under central OBC list. First, your caste has to be in that OBC list. Second, you have to fall under non-creamy layer. Basically, if the excluding salary, if the total income of your parents, mother and father put together is more than 8 lakhs for the last 3 years, or all the last 3 years, if it is more than 8 lakhs, then you will fall under non-creamy layer, creamy layer criteria. If it is less than 8 lakhs in at least one of the years, then you will fall under creamy layer criteria. So one, your caste has to be in the central list of OBCs for your state, and second, you should be under non-creamy layer criteria. Then you select OBC over here. You are confused. I don't know whether I am EWS. I don't know whether I know that I am EWS, but there are challenges in getting the certificate because I don't have the right certificates. My father's caste certificate is not there. We are trying to get it. Similarly for OBC, I don't know whether I fall under OBC NCL or not. Right now, since closure is very, very important in terms of getting the test city center, you can select OBC or you can select EWS yes here. Clear? If you are not clear, but you think you are OBC or EWS, the better option out of the two is to select OBC or select EWS as yes. Later during the All India counselling, we said this is only for the All India counselling. Later during the All India counselling, you will have an option to change from EWS to Gen, OBC to Gen. That is possible. Same for SC/ST too. SC/ST it will be clear because there is one central SC certificate or ST certificate. But for these two, if you are confused, change from OBC to Gen later. But if you choose general here because I am not clear, then you will not be able to choose from general to OBC. Clear? So, one, if you choose OBC or OBC category, or if you choose EWS category here, till the counselling you can wait to see whether the right eligibility or there, this year's financial numbers are out, etc. So that you can always check. Now again we are looking at okay, so we look at the date of birth. You can just enter the place of birth, etc. and then you can go on to the PWD. If you select no here for PWD, then you will not be able to get PWD benefits under All India counselling. But if you select yes here and then later don't get your certificate, you will have an option of changing from yes to no in All India counselling. So if you are also not clear whether you will fall under the percentage benchmark for PWD, you can always select yes over here, but you will have to get a medical certificate while you are attending the examination in case you need a scribe or a compensatory time. For PWD candidates who select yes, you will have a scribe, somebody to write the exam for you, or you might have additional compensatory time that will be available provided you provide a medical certificate. You don't need to go back and get a certificate from the 16 disability centers at this stage. It is mentioned at the end of the prospectus. Don't need to do that. You need to do that before the counselling. Right now you need to get a medical certificate from the authority only for writing the examination. And then are you willing to take up PG courses in AFMS? Right now select yes. We clearly would suggest you to select yes over here. Even if you don't want AFMS, don't fill choices. That is it later. Right now select yes is what we suggest over here. Even if you had selected no for any of these, category I missed out, I did not go through this video earlier, PWD I missed out, during the edit window between May 9th and 13th you can change, so no issues on that. Only thing is you might have to pay up an additional amount if you are changing from OBC to Gen or etc. depending upon the new cost, 2,500 versus 3,500. Identification card details, voter ID, PAN, driving license, passport. You can do one thing. If you have all the four, select yes for all the four, enter all the four. If you have all the four but still want to enter two of them, that is fine. If you have all the four, I just want to give yes for only one, okay, fine. But in case you give no, it gives you asks you whether you have a driving license. You are saying that you don't have a driving license, so you can say okay and go ahead even if you have a driving license, but you don't have that now. But you can't wait for another 5 days to check where your driving license is. You want to get your test center immediately. Go ahead and say no for now. May 9th you will have an option to change everything. No need to worry about that part at all. And also you should note that these four are only provided here, but as against this, you can also carry an Aadhaar later, and in case you have given slightly different, you have only given your voter ID card here, you can also take your PAN card for the examination. Not just because you gave your voter ID, it does not mean that at the last minute I will have to run around in case my voter ID is missing. Any one of these is fine, even if you have not given the number here. They will possibly ask you to write a letter saying I had given this and then I am taking another ID card. Any one is fine at that point in time. We would suggest you to give all the four if you have, but it is up to you. Even if you give one, it is fine. Identification mark, you can give it. Correspondence address has value in terms of, not in terms of any correspondence that will be done. All correspondence will be through email, but correspondence address has value only if your city is missing. I belong to the city of Bengaluru. Bengaluru is not available in this list of test city centers. So I have an option to choose others, as in basically others, and then wait for Bengaluru to be allotted when the admit card comes. And that point in time, when you choose others, depending upon what correspondence address, state and district you choose here, you will get your center. Clear? So right now I don't have Bengaluru. I am choosing others. Then there is a possibility that they will allot Bengaluru to me if I choose Bangalore over here. Clear? So that is a only reference for correspondence address. Otherwise, let us say my current correspondence address in the state of Tamil Nadu, but I want to write the exam in Maharashtra. Maharashtra center is available. You can choose that. You can select Tamil Nadu over here. I am actually doing coaching in Thrissur. You can select your center in Thrissur too. That is possible. Only for those who don't have a city center, this might be taken. If the permanent address is same as the correspondence address, you can mention over here, or if not, you can mention the details over here of your permanent address too. For certain states like West Bengal, you might have to put your permanent address as West Bengal if you want to be eligible for West Bengal state government quota as a resident of West Bengal. Otherwise, you might not be eligible for such, you might have to produce other certificates, but they might not take you. I think Tripura also has this issue. So, better to give your right residence address for state counseling eligibility as far as permanent address is concerned. If both are the same, no issues at all. Nobody is going to correspond to you on these addresses. Everything is online, and even if you get an email or communication, it will be through email or SMS only. Qualification or academic details. Last year, the test city centers, when they cancelled everything and then redid the test city centers after the cancellation, they provided options only basis the correspondence address. So in case it is always safer to be on the safer side, whichever one you want, test city center, that you mention under the correspondence address. Right now you can even choose different, but it is up to you to do that. Academic details, 10th, 12th completion, you can mention here. In case you are from a different country, you completed your 10th, others option will be available. And then we go ahead to the MBBS details. Country of qualification of MBBS, you can select the country, state. In case you select others or another country of qualification other than India, all of these will be others. You just need to type the name of the college and the university, etc. and other details. You will have to type it out as a text. And state, city of completion, university of completion. One thing that we missed mentioning, wherever there is a text box over here, don't put dots, slashes, commas, etc. Mention only the names. Even if it is short, etc., it is fine, not much of an issue. There have been issues when you mention commas, dots, or special characters. Now here you can come into the city of completion, the name of the college is over here, and the year of passing is mentioned over here. What is the year of passing is a confusion. See, you might have you wrote the exam on a particular date, December 2021, let us say. You wrote the exam and the last date was December 2021. You got your exam results on Feb 2022. Your degree was in March 2023. None of these have dates. There is 3 different timelines. Your degree certificate says March 2023, this person qualified. You can write your degree certificate date. You can write your exam pass, whenever the pass results were published date. You can also write, let us say, your mark sheet as the exam date, last exam date. You can also write that. Any one of these 3 is fine. There is no cross check done based on this. This is just a reference point. You have one of these on that particular date, given on that particular date, or you know that your exam results are on this particular date, that is fine. I know it is March 2022, but I don't know the exact date. Put 31/3, 2022, 15/3, 2022, not a problem at all. Right now, priority is to get this completed. This is not checked. When you go, take the right certificates with you, that is enough. And have you completed internship? If you have not completed internship, just date of start of internship and likely date of completion of internship is what is required. Obviously, this has to be before 31st July 2025. If you have completed your internship, your actual date of completion of internship, as in your records mentioned. I did it 1 month extra, but in my record, it is like exactly 1 year only. You give what is as per your records, date of start and date of completion. In case there is an issue here, let us say your date of start and date of completion is mentioned, but it is 365 days, 4 days or something. It is okay to add 1 day more and then ensure that the form is complete. And then come back on May 9th or 13th and correct it, because test city center selection is very, very critical. You can't wait for them to correct it. Every year this date of start and end is a problem. Understand that one minor change of 1 day or so is also not a problem. You can take your actual internship as long as it is 1 year certificate at the time of admissions. No issues will happen. Medical council registration, you might have a provisional registration. You are doing your CRRI, you are just completing it next month. You might have your provisional registration, you might have your permanent registration. Permanent might have expired, you have applied for a new permanent. Provisional is just expired, you have applied for a new permanent, you're yet to get it. Enter whatever is available. Even if it is an expired one, it is fine. At the time of exam, you have to carry a right, not expired, valid provisional or permanent registration. Provisional is also fine, permanent is also fine. I have two different state registration certificates. You can use, if both are valid, you can use any one, that is fine. Only thing is, this might not necessarily, right now you have to upload a PDF. That PDF may or may not be validated, don't need to worry much. You can even change that on May 9th in case you get your registration by then, or even during the later stages. At the time of exam, you can carry your right valid one. There you don't carry an expired registration. That is not right. So ensure that you have a valid registration. By the time the exam happens, you have 2 months. Obviously, you will be able to make that happen. And wrong entry of MBBS marks. MBBS marks are used for actual calculation of tie. You will not come to that after the 5 section tie and after the tie on negative marks, etc. and all that. After all that, then comes the percentage of marks. It might not come to that, but still you can use this as a reference. You can enter the right details. How do you get your first MBBS marks? It is total marks. So let us say first MBBS has 5, we are not sure how many courses. So 5 courses, total marks obtained in the 5 courses, maximum mark, divide those. Don't go by this first line, that is not right, there is an issue there. In terms of percentage calculation, let us take this 619 by 900 is what your percentage is. So this is aggregate percentage for, let us say for year 1, just take year 1 subjects. 5 subjects are there, 3 subjects are there, I presume. So let us say 3 subjects are there, 300 is the total marks. I scored 619 in all the 3 put together. Numerator is total marks obtained across all subjects by total of maximum marks. Second year, final year is part 1, part 2 put together. So let us say part 1 there are n number of x subjects, part 2 there are y subjects, both put together you will sum up everything, all the total marks by total maximum marks of all subjects put together. So for 4 years what do you do? 1, 2, 3, 4, everything you sum up, all the total marks by all the maximum marks. So that will give you the percentage. Don't take the average of first year, second year, third year. In case you have made a mistake, no problem, May 9th you can change it, no problem at all. So and you have to enter it up to 2 decimal places. If in case it is exactly 72%, then you can put in 72.00 and put in up to 2 decimal places and then complete the this part of MBBS details. And then if you have been deported or rusticated during the medical course, mention that. Details you have to mention. Usually it will be no. Unfair means if you have gone ahead with, mention that. Usually this will also be no. Have you appeared in NEET PG previously? This is a very important question many candidates ask. In case you don't have the details today, I am trying to get my last year's NEET PG scorecard. After the exam, I did not do well. I went ahead and missed, did not save that scorecard at all. Don't need to worry at all. Either you can send across a mail to hello@zainab.com. We'll try to get it basis your name if you have been part of some merit list, overall list shared by some entity, etc. If we are able to get that, we'll get it for the last 3-4 years. If not, don't worry. Mention no now. May 9th, you can change this, correct? So as of now, mention no. It is not a mistake as long as you have not given, you are not any unfairly you're ineligible, then there is no issue at all if you don't write the last year's roll number. Candidates who have who were allotted a seat in All India stray vacancy or All India special stray vacancy did not join. I am allotted, I did not join. I joined and resigned, no problem. I am allotted, I did not join. I am allotted in All India special stray, I did not join at all. Though they are not eligible for NEET PG exam itself as per last year's MCC counselling brochure. There is a slight authority related confusion there, but MCC counselling brochure say that they are not eligible for the examinations. How they can make them ineligible is a question, but for a very fair reason of candidates making the right choices, they have come up with this rule. That is what results in lesser seat wastage. So now you are ineligible if you were allotted a seat in All India stray or special stray and did not join the seat at all. Now in that case, if you get your previous roll number here and year of last appearance, they might have the data. Last year a few candidates did not receive their receive their entire admit card at all. So among those students, 900 or 1000 students, some did not receive their admit card at all. Some were able to write the exam and later they were not able to change the later they were part of the ineligible list published by DGHS or MCC. Also some were able to take seats. So we don't know what will happen, whether there will be legal case, etc. If you are still in that list of ineligible candidates, we will leave it to you to decide on whether to go ahead or not, because we know that this is there is some confusion even in the implementation with MCC. So as per rule, we are very clear, rule wise you are ineligible, but what will happen later, because some candidates have been able to take seats, we are not sure how, so that you can take up a call. If you don't receive your admit card later, possibly this is a try that you did, which did not happen because of right rule implementation. That you should know that is always the rule, and go ahead. And we would suggest you to take a call knowing that some were able to get their admit card, write the exam, and we don't know what will happen, whether there will be a relaxation later or not. State, you can select the test center city, test city. Center's actual details will come in later. Within a city, let us say you're taking Mumbai, you might have 10-15 different centers within Mumbai. We have around 179 cities this time, as against 185 last year. For a 2-shift examination, it was 185. Initially it was 249, but later it became 185. It is absolutely unfortunate that they are not able to plug in another 60 centers and run it as a single shift examination. I'm not sure why, but should be a very simple thing for when they connect with such organizations, private organizations. We can run exams for 2.5 lakhs people, it should be possible. But test center city, we are not sure what is open now. Last year first day, at the end of the first day, 24 hours, Bangalore, Mysore, Mangalore, some state capitals, etc. were not available. In some, at the end of the 10th day or so, 50% of cities cities were not available. So just go ahead and quickly run this complete this. Don't wait for smaller things like I don't have my NEET PG roll number, MBBS marks I'm not sure, OBC I don't know. Fill up, and then May 9th you will be able to change. As long as your candidate name, test city selection is very clear, mobile number, email ID, and your details of date of birth and other details are very clear, that is fine. Select your city, state and the city, and then go ahead. Documents to be uploaded is the next section. You have the documents to be uploaded. Here you clearly would have the image upload instructions. We have already, this is already shared in the portal itself. Just go ahead with the NBE portal and look at the image upload instructions. The image upload instructions clearly would say that the images should be between 50 KB and 80 KB, and JPG or JPEG or 200 dpi. If you have a confusion, this is for the first three. Passport size photograph and real-time photograph will also be captured. Once you click on this, there will be one option for passport size photograph, one option for real-time photograph. Passport size you have to upload. You have to have the JPG image with this criteria. Real-time photograph, you have to take it in a white background. Passport size photograph should have 70%. In case it is not a white background, it will assume that only 15% is face, etc. So have that very clear. 70% should be face, I think. You can just look at the actual criteria in the portal, in the PDF, image upload instructions PDF, or even in the brochure. There is a way, medical council registration certificate which is required. Like we said, at this point in time, if you only have an expat certificate, you have applied for a new one, provide the expat certificate along with the application as 2 pages in a PDF. 1 PDF, 2 pages, upload that PDF over here. Later, you will have a chance between May 9th and 13th to upload these two. So don't need to worry about it as long as it is fine. Image alone, there will be a scrutiny saying 15% only your face is visible. That alone you will need to check. Webcam image automatically you will be able to take from your laptop. You can also do it from your tab as well. Mobile we don't suggest, but it's up to you. Later, even if images are not right, there is a pre-final edit window, final edit window, so you can change it there. Scanner DPI, in case you take it on a mobile and it is less than 200 dpi. Dpi is the dots per inch or something, I think, which is the depth or resolution depth. Now if you are not able to get such a clear picture, or if it is less than 200 dpi, there are other converters which will say increase the DPI size. Just go to Google, say increase DPI size, give your image, it will give you a higher DPI one. You right click on the properties, you will be able to see that. Now go ahead and then make the payment. UPI is not available is what one or two people mentioned, but a UPI should be available. It is a payment gateway. So it is available is what some others have mentioned. We are not sure why. Maybe the payment gateway selection or something. UPI should be available. Debit card, credit card and net banking should be available. Pay the 3,500. If there is a delay in the payment, what do? we'll get back to you. It is better to immediately make the payment again instead of waiting for 1 day or 2 days. If your test city center selection is very critical for you, if you're okay with going to another test city, or you think that your test city is already a peripheral city, nobody will take it, it is up to you to take a call. Amount to be paid 3,500 INR for general category candidate, and for OBC it is 2,500, I guess. And you can just check that. This is pretty much done. After that, you will submit a declaration saying I have reviewed and I agree. You can always preview, click on here and preview, and the entire application will be there. Save that, check everything one by one, not like a normal I'm going through that kind of a check. Every field you can either print or underline and check whether all the details are right. Put in a lot of thought into it, and then go ahead and submit, and that will ensure that your application form is submitted. This is very, very critical. Print the application form only after successful payment. If your payment is pending, it will say it will not say yes in your application forms. Payment status yes or success is in your application form is what means you are paid, and that is the end of your application form, and you will also have to submit this declaration and submit over here. Be very clear about this. Don't miss out thinking that your application form has been submitted. Log in again and then check the status too, and ensure that you have a printout of your application form. The printout will have your mother's name and all that other details. That will be helpful for you. Don't share it with anyone. At least you can email it to you or WhatsApp it to you itself, so that you will be able to use it at a later point in time. We'll just quickly look at some of the other things, 70 to 80% or what is required, what are the uploads, etc. required. No. Pointers, name is an MBBS qualification, should match with the ID proof. In case it does not match, it is okay if it is a minor change. It is not a problem if it is an extension of initials, first name being the last name, Sharma Rohit in one particular ID, and then in your MBBS Rohit Sharma is there, then it is fine. Email ID and mobile number will be used for MCC registration or some state counseling registrations. You will automatically log in with your details and it will automatically send an OTP. So keep your email ID, mobile number with you always. User ID and password is received from this ID. If you have your registration ID only, the one that starts with PG like we had, if you have that alone, then you can always go back and get your other details. Non-editable fields, name, nationality, email, mobile number, and test city once selected cannot be edited. So be very clear where you are going to be on June 15th and where you want to take your exams on June 15th. Have that available. In case test city is not available, then select others. For those who are delaying the entire process, if test city is not available, obviously for many test city will not be available, because we have seen that you can either choose a city nearby. Like if it is not available, 70 kilometers, I will choose a city, or 140 kilometers, 200 kilometers, I will choose a city, I will go stay there, and the next day I will take the exam. Or in a nearby state, I will go to a nearby state which is I am on the border, etc. Or you can still choose others. If you choose others, NBE will try to accommodate in your correspondence address the same city or a nearby city, but no assurance. So you can either take a call on going, for sure I have only 80 kilometers to travel, so I'll select another city which is nearby, or I will put in others and wait for NBE to give me a city of their own. I'll assume that I'll get it in my correspondence address, but even if not, I am ready to travel anywhere, kind of a thing. That is up to you. We don't have actual statistics on what happened to the others category, whether they were given in the same correspondence address. We believe that they might have got many of them. They did not create, there was no issue last year for many, so we believe that they would have done it. MBBS is the date of passing qualification. OBC NCL, if you are confused about whether you belong to the creamy layer or I belong to the list of categories, mention OBC now. You can change it to general. Same for EWS. General, EWS, mention now if you are confused whether you are going to be in EWS or not. Later you come to know, okay, I am not EWS, you can change it to general in All India Counselling. AFMS, mention yes and decide later. You can mention, if you mention no to, there is an option during the counselling, but that is fine. You mention yes. PWD also, be very clear. Nothing to be uploaded now for PWD candidates. No certificate to be uploaded at this stage. You might be required to produce a certificate if you are writing the exam using a scribe, or you need additional time. But if you are going to actually attend the counselling, at that point in time, you will need to go to the 16 centers. So you might have gone through the prospectus and you might have seen the disability centers list. So these are the disability centers list. Nothing to be done now. Be very clear. This will happen once just before the counselling. You don't need to go to the disability center for physical examination right now. Only through the online portal of Intra MCC. Later you need to do that. In case there is any change, come back, we will let you know. As of now, that is not required. You just need to go get your medical certificates from your local authority or a medical certificate, medical center, a government hospital, etc. for writing the examination. Note that no change is possible, and the counseling authority will take information whatever you give here. MCC counseling authority, at least state category etc. is different. Don't need to worry about that. I belong to BC, I belong to OBCA, OBCB. That is not taken over here. This is not that registration. This is only for MCC. This is only for NEET PG exam, and All India Counseling will take information from here. For that, you have to enter category and other details. Internship completion date is 31 July. Choice of city, we said if others, you choose between the nearest city from your state, or if it is others is available, you can choose and assume that you will get in your same correspondence address. No confirmation from anyone. And recent passport size photo has to be uploaded. The size and the 70 to 80% should be face. No spectacles are mentioned over here. You will have very clear instructions available in the NEET PG portal itself. Very clearly what is allowed, what is not allowed. You can go through that if there is an issue and look at it. Similarly, for the signature too, maximum 80 KB. 200 dpi scan will be available in a scan machine when you go and scan, or you can do it on your photograph and then convert it to 200 dpi with other tools too. That is also possible. You have these tools over here, converters, and you can use a change dpi tool too to change it to 200 dpi after scanning it from your mobile too. That is also possible. Left thumb impression, and then medical rounds council registration certificate PDF. We'll just have a look at it whether it is asked. It should be asked. I missed that, I think. So this is required. It is not mentioned in the PDF prospectus anywhere. 1 MB medical council registration certificate. Like we mentioned, any provisional, permanent is okay. You need not carry the same thing. They will max ask you to write a letter later if this is expired, and then later you can write, or you can even edit this upload later during the first edit window. When does this happen? After from 9th May to 13th May. So right now, priority, complete the application form. Later you can upload a different certificate if it has expired, or take a different certificate to the center too. To bring to the next center, admit card will be given to you. I think it is on, I'm not sure the exact date is. It is on 2nd June or 1st June, I believe. Just have a look at it. 56 pages, is it? Thanks for that, Bill. So, perfect. So, admit card is on 11th June and exam date is on 15th June. It might be in the morning or afternoon. You need to carry your admit card, registration. A copy is enough, no photocopy, back to back in single A4 size paper, and government issued photo ID, span any one of these. Aadhaar is also okay. You would have entered only one of these there, where in your registration form. Right now we saw options for only one of these. You can also carry your Aadhaar, but ensure that Aadhaar should be good quality color print without having any scratches, etc. and the name should be matching. If not, carry one of these, or carry 2, 3, etc. One is enough, 2, 3 better, and you need to have a printed copy of your registration certificate, not the original, but a printed copy is fine. If claiming a scribe, PWD certificate from authority is fine. I made my payment, I have an issue with the payment, or OTP is not coming. OTP is not coming, it will get sorted out. Like we showed, it will get sorted out, or use a different browser, network, mobile device, it will get sorted out. My payment confirmation is delayed. You have two options. Wait for 2-3 days for your payment. You have made 3,500, 2,500 payment depending upon your category. You can wait for 2-3 days, or believe NBE that it will be refunded. 3,500 is not such a huge cost if you think. As against traveling to a different state, different city, make the payment immediately. So we would suggest, if it is not a huge cost, you have the amount now, believe that they will refund and go ahead and make the payment. If city choice is very critical, I want to write it in my own city or wherever I am preparing, or in a particular place which I prefer, compared to going 90 kilometers, 80 kilometers and spending that amount for that travel, it is better to immediately make the payment. It is your call, purely your decision, but this is a suggestion from our end. If choice of city is critical, make the payment immediately. Again, your earlier amount will be refunded as per NB, or somehow you can get it, or you might get compensated in the travel that you are going to do, because cities get over. If it is a very peripheral city, you will which anyways will be open, you can wait for 2-3 days. And payment status should say successful while printing the application form. Some of the converters you see here for reducing the file size from 50 KB to 80 KB, that you can use this. PDF converter is available if you have a JPG of your medical council registration certificate, you can use ILO PDF or any PDF converter to get that converted. For any queries, you can call this Zyner Telegram group. You will also have queries. We might not be able to answer every query, but you will have discussions. Once we answer, somebody else will also support you during the process. We've already started doing that. This is the 2025 Telegram group. We'll put up the link as well. You can go ahead. The helpline number of NEET PG, the NBE help desk is also available. You can also go through this. Two ways you can connect with them: helpline number, or you can also go through your application login, where you saw in your application login, when you log in, you will have the help desk details over here. We went to go to application, but once you log in, just enter on the left, you will see a help desk login over here. We already showed that. You can use that too. So these are the ways. We'll see whether we can spend. Now that we have completed this entire registration demo, you have taken your application printout. The general issues, OTP related issues are there. OTP, wait, you will get your OTP, no issues at all. Everybody is receiving their OTP. After, if you have that OTP related problem, there is an issue kind of a message to either use a different, after entering your OTP, if you have that pop-up coming up, wait, you will be able to enter your OTP. There was an appendix related issue, upload appendix for PWD or something, annexure 1, annexure 2, so, or appendix 1, appendix 2, not required. That was an issue that has been sorted out. If you still have that issue, log out, log in again. If you have an issue with the password, you can always go back here. Details and all. So CAPTCHA issues, refresh the CAPTCHA, it should work. Login issues, login spaces, just check it is a PG number, right? You can just check if it is right. We have mentioned the number over here. It is PG followed by 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 digits. So a 10-digit number, 8 numbers starting with PG. In case you entered it with spaces, etc., you can have a look. Change your password if it is required. Help desk, you can always contact the help desk. In case there are any issues. You can also put up your queries in NEET PG Zyner portal, the Telegram group. Possibly the next 1 or 2 days might be a little busy, but will try to help you out. Eligibility based on last year joining or non-joining. AA strain not joined, AA special strain not joined, or not eligible. But some candidates are not very clear about it. They might change their stance at a later point in time, etc. We don't know. If you want to apply, it is up to you. You can take a call on that. Rule, if you ask us, it was clear last year, you are not eligible for the exam. What happened last year? We will tell you. The previous year, similar debarment rule was there. Some candidates did not get their admit card. Some candidates were able to write the exam, but were debarred later. Some candidates were able to join seats. We are not sure how this entire process works. We would suggest you to follow the rule, but we don't know what will happen later legally. So it is up to you to go ahead and fill the form. That is a safer option too. Application or OTP related issues. OTP not received or email ID or phone number. It will take some time. Like the email that we received was slightly longer time. For the password, etc., you can wait for that time. OTP received and validated but did not receive the user ID password too, just wait for some more time. It will work out. If there is a technical error, you use a different device for that part alone. Okay. Verification, always do that. Name confusion. Which name should I pick? MBBS certificate name, or if it matches the other voter ID, PAN, etc., it is okay. Otherwise, you can pick the MBBS certificate name. Slight changes are okay. If there is a gazetted change, then you will have to ensure that the right gazette certificates are taken. Mother's name or father's name mentioned in full. Remember the mother's name. There are a lot of problems later. There will be a lot of problems later if you miss out what you entered. If you take a printout of your application and email it to your email ID itself, it is safer. You will have your mother's name exactly what is mentioned over here that you need to mention. It need not be the same as whatever in your Aadhaar card, mother's Aadhaar card. Whatever you enter over here, you will have to enter during the MCC counseling process. Marks related confusion, enter in decimals. 2 decimals are required like we mentioned. Final year, third year plus fourth year put together. Even if you made a mistake, no problem. Overall aggregate, all years put together. Total of all marks by total of maximum marks across all years. But if you made a mistake, you can correct it later too. Some might have used an average, but it is better to go with the right one. Indian versus NRI. NRIs are eligible for management quota too, so that is not a problem. Last year, I don't have my NEET PG roll number or made a mistake, no problem. Afterwards, later during the edit window, that is, you can upload that. PWD, yes or no, there is no certificate to be uploaded now, but you can check that if you are a PWD candidate. No certificate to be uploaded now usually. Your certificate from the 16 disability centers is only before the counseling process. Registration certificates, applied for provisional, I only have a provisional, applied for permanent, I'll get it later. 2 different registrations I did that, applied for permanent, I have 2 different state registrations. No problem. One registration which is provisional, which is not expired today, that is fine. In case you have an expired provisional alone, you have applied for permanent, you have not got it, no valid registration today, enter the number, some number, so that you complete your application form. Let us say you get it in May first week, you can edit it, or even otherwise you can take it at a later point in time. In the worst case, we are saying, you submit your application, don't wait for that till May 15th and think that they will open up the application. So you submit your application, you during the examination take up a proper valid registration certificate at that point, either provisional or permanent. That is very critical. Right now it is fine if you actually have an expired one, you enter the details and later change it or edit it or take a final right one. Verified tick mark or PWD protected PDF, don't upload a registration certificate which has a password protected one. There might be they might ask you to re-upload it. So when you open the PDF, the registration certificate, ensure that it is not password protected, or you do a print of that. You can say Control P on the after entering the password, save it as a PDF and use the PDF which is not password protected. After you print, it becomes a PDF which is not password protected. You can do that after entering your password, save it as a PDF or scan that again and then use it as a PDF. Addresses are different in different IDs, no problem. Nobody cares about the address except for in case of others you have selected as a city, your correspondence address will be used, otherwise no problem. It is not that when I carry my national ID cards, voter ID, etc., the permanent address or present address that are correspondence address that I have given should be the same as this. But whatever address you have given might have an implication in your state counselling, not for writing the exam. Writing the exam, you need an identity card which shows your face, which is similar. When you're uploading your photograph, upload a proper photograph which is at least a few months old, not an old one, because there is a face-based check which happens and your face is also, face and biometric are registered over there at the exam. Slashes in voter ID, remove the slashes and put in the slashes. Image upload using Android mobile or iPhone, etc., that is possible. Photo with spectacles, there are clear directions, use the image upload thing. Editable fields, these are not possible to edit. In case you want to edit, you think that I mentioned the wrong name and nationality, name itself I mentioned my father's name instead of my name, that is a problem. You re-register by paying the amount again with a different email number and mobile ID that you will carry till the end. You need to carry that, but you can re-register. That is what we would suggest. If you have mentioned this is a serious mistake, because you will need to carry that ID. You can't have your father's name there if it is completely different, etc. It is not possible. So if such a mistake has happened, you have made the payment. If it is your mother's name, you have mentioned in your name. Candidates have done that. So in that case alone, re-register. The last application will be taken. You will get your admit card against their last application. Category change is possible. PDF can be re-uploaded. Images can be re-uploaded during the edit window. In case there is an issue, they will also come back during the first edit, pre-final and the final edit window to re-upload the images. Don't need to worry about all this. Go ahead with your preparations. Everything else can be changed. No need to worry about it. So we have also discussed this. CC versus credit card versus debit card, net banking, UPI. Forget it, it is a payment gateway. You can use any format. Sometimes it fails. If it fails, you redo it. That is it. So there is nothing like net banking perfectly works, UPI perfectly works. All are different networks at that point in time. If your bank has a problem, etc., that is something that we cannot avoid. Yeah, that is pretty much. Test center change is not possible with the same application after you submit your final application. Payment issues or date of birth, the gender, other edit options, you don't need to reapply. You can wait or repay the amount. So that is pretty much what we have. OBC we have explained. It's fine. So anything can be edited except for these, which is very critical. So you can go ahead and submit your application, and then if you're okay with these details, then you can change it later too if you want the test center and city. All the best. All the best. We'll come up with a detailed one on normalization and the impact that is created last year. Hopefully somebody will hear. They haven't. Let us see. Thanks a lot.